Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live here in Byhalia, Mississippi, and I don't know. We're at Sweet Swine of Mine Warehouse test kitchen, and we got some grilled chicken cordon bleu. Very simple, very wonderful. Got a little Swiss cheese, got a little Gouda on half, Swiss cheese on the other.
Compart.
Miss Susan is back with us. She's my sound checker.
You're good.
Glad to have Miss Susan in the house. Danny Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
It is good. We are live here Thursday night. My mama's watching. I mean, that's our only person watching, but she's watching. Mama loves me. And your mama's probably on her way, right?
That's why I had to go open the gate.
Oh, well, Miss Bobby's coming. So, we are eating chicken cordon bleu with Compart ham. Y'all got to get y'all one. Well, I don't know. If you go overnight shipping, it might not be too late to get shipping on this Easter ham. But you talking about good? It is good.
Not much finer. This is their whole smoked ham. Well, it was whole.
It was whole. We sliced some off of it.
Missing about a quarter. But we wanted to show you the quality.
My dad's here. My dad's watching too. So that's two people. They're just watching on the same phone.
Here would be
John Schultz. There's another.
marbling of that Compart ham.
Oh my God.
That's how you know it tastes good. It's cooked right. Now, this one's boneless, but it is a whole boneless ham. So
That hog's been ultrasound. It's gone through everything.
the way you know it's good is they got all this marbling in the ham. Now, like you said, ultrasound, that's how they breed only the fattiest pigs, is by ultrasounding the boars and make sure
Y'all
that
thought I didn't know what I was talking about, did you? I
make
know
sure
that.
only the ones that have the highest degree of marbling in the loin are allowed to breed and produce Compart offspring. So all that little spider web of fat is the reason that Compart ham is so good. And the ribs and the pork shoulders and the loins. And they're known for their loins probably more than anything.
Yep.
That's what you're going to find is those Compart dry aged chops in fine restaurants and racks, French racks and things like that. But hey, their ham is second to none. And talk about something easy to score and stud and bake and slice without a bone. And that dude, I like it real thin to where it just kind of peels off of there like that. And it's kind of deli slice.
Dude, I like warming that up right there, that thin ham. Put you some cheese on it. Shoot.
I can snack on you just like that.
Lay it on some
But like
bread.
This
If you was
will,
eating bread.
see the little spider webs we're talking about? That's how.
Now, I can say this: they don't like it when you cut it open like that in the store to look and see if it's
No,
marble.
they don't. Yeah, you can't ultrasound it in the
No,
store.
they-
It's
Well,
too late.
they don't
Thankfully,
like
you ain't
that.
got to cut it open. Just look for that there.
Yep.
Compart logo.
I'm gonna tell you, Compart's up there making them super hogs, man.
Yep. So
They breeding them super hogs.
they call it Duroc. It's not a red hog. It is a white pig. So they breed a Yorkshire Landrace cross sow with, or gilt, whichever it is, with a purebred Duroc sire. And they get pure white offspring with larger litters with all the characteristics of the Duroc.
Yeah.
So,
So
it's a plan because, and I asked them about that. I said, why the white? They said, well, it's easier to get the white hair off of the pig than it is the red hair. It shows up real bad. People don't like seeing the hair, and the white hair doesn't show as bad. So, real important for them to have the breed just right, but then the feeding program. So, if most folks throw just corn out and chops, and they throw whatever out for their pigs, and they grow them because pigs will eat anything, and they get fat on it. They grow fat, but Compart has a special blend of feed that's designed to produce an increased pH in the meat. So it's a higher pH, not only because it's a purebred, or not because it's a heritage breed pig, but it's also because of the feeding program that causes the pH to be higher, which relates to more moisture in the meat post-cook. Higher pH will carry more moisture through the cook. Same reason we use alkaline water in our injections. Same exact reason you want it more on the alkaline side for more moist, good textured meat. So the feeding program is everything to make sure that all of their farmers are following the feeding program. They're using the genetics, following the program to the T. It makes a difference in the final product.
Food science.
You pay for what you get.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
That's right. You get what you pay for. You know where it comes from. You know the quality of the meat. This is the Wagyu, the Black Angus of pork right here. The Black Angus of pork. You can see the lines in there. You
But
taste the difference.
Jim and all his brothers have done a great job producing this line. And it's not just Duroc, it's Compart Duroc. It's an actual breed. It's not just a brand.
They have their own breed, not a brand. They do it the right way. All right. Glad to be back with everybody, but we come here to say that we're not going to be here next week. No, we'll be in Fargo, North Dakota. I don't know if they have internet up there, so we're not going to go live or anything.
The Indian Casino got everything.
Well, speaking to the fact that we got to be on at the airport the next morning at 3:00 in the morning, then we're probably not going to go live Thursday night. So
3:00. Are you serious, Clark?
yeah, I'm serious, Clark. Our plane leaves at 5, so we can get back to Memphis to do.
5?
Yeah,
Did I book that?
yeah, you did.
Did you know? Was I insane at the time?
That was our only time to get back. I mean, there's not 800 flights from Fargo, North Dakota. I don't think.
Probably only have 2 a day.
Yeah, you probably have to walk out on the tarmac.
Well, and like you said, we have to get back because we have to cook steaks for the youth auction steak dinner at church on Friday. And then we got to come prep meat for South Haven Springfest KCBS.
The auction is Friday.
So that
The auction's Friday.
The auction's Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah,
It
it only took a year. It only took a year for Alan to come pick up that grill.
But last year it wasn't on the same weekend as Springfield.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I don't think it was.
'Cause we were there, and that was no way.
No. Thanks, Aunt Mandy. My Aunt Mandy said she could tell I had lost some weight.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. My whole family.
If
Look,
they can't, they ain't seen you in a
I know. My mom, my dad is watching, and my Aunt Mandy. So 3 out of the 4 people are watching know me very well. John Schultz is the other one. He's from Minnesota. But we're having a good time. We are leaving to go to Fargo, North Dakota. And we are getting on a plane early Friday. So I'm going to say we'll probably be in the bed early on Thursday night. So you can check our itinerary, but I promise the plane's leaving at 5.
Yeah, but what time is that here?
What time? It's the same time.
Central.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really? I thought it'd be like 2 hours different.
I did too.
Uh-huh.
This is one.
We're in the center.
We're in Central, right?
Yep.
Do you know?
Yep. It is. It's Central.
I thought so. I don't know.
why. I thought-
I've never been there. So
I heard
It could
there was
be-
a movie about it.
Fargo?
Named Fargo.
I thought it was a TV show.
There's-
I've
I
never
think
seen
it's
either
both.
one. Is
There
it
a
both?
movie, but I think there is a TV show.
Yeah, I think so too.
Did it start out as a movie and then?
Yeah, I think
It was
right, yeah.
adapted to a TV show, but I have no idea what it's about. I think the movie poster was a man standing in the snow. I hope I don't try to recreate that while I'm there. I don't want to stand in no snow. John Schultz says, I'm from Wisconsin. Okay. Are you in the central time zone?
Yes.
Fargo is kind of close to Wisconsin, right?
Yes.
I thought so. I've never been to Wisconsin, never been to North Dakota.
But
So.
you know what? Time zones don't matter to me and G-Man.
Oh, no. Y'all turn in Eastern
Whatever
time
time
zone,
you
whatever
want.
time you want to
No
turn in.
worry about
No
it.
Isn't that right,
worry
G?
about
We do what we
Yeah.
want when we want.
No rules.
We break the rules
we break-
anytime.
What rules? What Rules Barbecue is what y'all's names ought to be. Y'all the combined forces. The
No
pit
rules.
crew of what No Rules
Stinking
Barbecue.
rules.
No stinking rules.
So then we've got Shields University teaching the Shields employees about cooking
Yoder smokers.
barbecue with Yoder smokers. They're going to be using all different types of stuff, but we're cooking on Yoders.
Yoder's is sending us there.
We're
So,
doing brisket
Thank you for Yoder's.
on the first day, and then we're going to do pork and ribs on the second day. So they giving us a Snake River Wagyu black or black or gold. I can't remember on the first day. As the first
on the
brisket.
first one, and then we get another one.
Then we get a double R ranch, which is their prime level for the second one for a people's choice. So we turn in a brisket for a contest amongst all the associates, and they don't let us cook. We have to coach. So we teach them how to do it, and we can say like, do it like this here, and then they have to do it. We can't do everything.
Mark is coaching the team. I'm coaching the team. There's 10 other people that are be coaching a team of 3 to 4 associates, employees
Almost like
of
the high school, how about high school barbecues go. Like
Well-
you can coach them, but you can't do it.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's kind of like that.
We can help them a little more than the high school kids can.
Yeah.
Their parents can, but it's I think it's about the 4th year I've got to go, and I've never stayed for the pork side of it. So I'm excited to. I always said, well, why can't I stay for the pork? Well, we have, we're not staying. We're just doing that. Well, this year with Yoder, we get to stay and help them with the ribs and the pork. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, a little extra time away, but we're there also to talk about Yoders and teach them all the ins and outs of how to use Yoder.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lot of fun. And then, like you said, early out on Friday, hard cooking steaks, cooking barbecue.
Back to Mississippi, and we're gonna light some fires and kick some tires, and
You need to tell about the Yodas. They
We are
dropped it
cooking.
3 times and it's still running.
Just
we
three?
are cooking quesadilla. We're partnering up with Boar's Night Out, and we are cooking the quesadilla side at Springfest with Boar's Night Out.
So
So
they had to take our meat yesterday, so get it inspected, and so we can just roll in there on Friday and trim it
trim
get
it up.
ready, get our pits ready, and get in bed early.
They're gonna have a jambo. They're gonna have
3 drums.
3 drums, and so we'll be
Actually,
good.
I talked to Lionel. I said I want to use that big Mayu drum.
yeah,
I can do 2 categories on that,
yeah,
and then we want a chicken drum.
by itself.
One of
Clean.
those. We're going to use that new cotton gin,
Cotton gin, yeah.
and then one of the gateways for ribs.
Yeah.
So it'll be
All
fun. We got unfinished business in South Haven.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And then
Unfinished business.
Memphis in May.
Memphis in May is coming up on us quick, y'all.
Quick.
And it'll be when we get back. Really, it'll be the first week of May, and then the 3rd week of May. You know how that happens. As Mother's Day's come along and move-in weekend, and it'll be Memphis in May, and it'll be that time again. And it's Smoke Slam for our guys that are doing Smoke Slam, and so it's barbecue time in Memphis again, right? And so we thank all our sponsors and Icy Tech and B&B Charcoal and and Compart Family Farms that keeps us in the good port. And so
What you doing this weekend, Ashley? What do you-
this weekend I'm cooking at Olive Branch City Park. Cooking in the Rib Cook-Off Association. This contest was originally scheduled for April 5th when we were at Hogs for a Cause. Well, it got rained out because we had monsoons and all that kind of stuff here, and so they rescheduled it to the 19th. Well, luckily I'm in town and I can compete, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out there and cook a rib and see where we're at, and
We're going, since it's Good Friday tomorrow, we're going to go to Mulberry, Tennessee.
yeah.
Mom and Dad and Bracey and I, and we are going to Mulberry, and we're going to prepare just some stuff for Easter lunch, some white beans and ham, get some cornbread mixed together to make muffins, and then we got a really cool gospel bluegrass concert in the pavilion overlooking the Mulberry Valley on Easter morning, and got a little mini service with everybody that's going. But the gospel bluegrass, praise is going to be really the feature of it. So it's cool to get to go stay there on Saturday and then get up and attend, kind of our own little Mulberry Valley church service.
I'm gonna tell you, that's a beautiful place over there.
Yep.
Byron has done a great job with that over there, and so y'all will have a good time. Y'all will have
just this side of Nashville.
It is
over there by Lynchburg.
just other side of Lynchburg.
Yeah.
So if you leave Lynchburg and head toward Fayetteville, it's right before you get to Fayetteville. So as soon as you really kind of get past all the barrel houses headed toward Fayetteville and hit Mulberry Creek, go left and way back in there.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, way back in.
I have to-
They
I have
have a little
to-
road.
I have to tell y'all, if you hadn't already done it, I know it's a little stretch of a way, but I'm going to announce it because if you can, go get signed up for Steak Princess's SCA contest. It's her graduation party. It's hard to believe this little girl that we've seen grow up is graduating from high school, and it's so awesome. And you can tell she's had some good raising because half of the money she's raising is going to Faith and Fire's ministry.
Aw.
So thank you. Go support this contest. I'm not telling you to go support it because she's giving Faith and Fire's half the money, but y'all just go support this young lady. She's a great young lady.
Another one like a kids organization or something.
Yeah, I think I wasn't 100% sure what the other organization was. Miss Bobby Lambert, everybody. This is Miss Bobby Lambert. This is she's a world champion mom, if you didn't know. But y'all go sign up for that contest if you can make it.
It's the
last weekend in May.
In Grantville, I think it is.
Grantville, Georgia, I think.
Yes. I wish I
So,
I can't.
and this is Mr. Jerry Lambert
Come around here.
right
and sit.
here.
See here.
Can you sit on the stool?
Here, Mom. Go here.
So y'all make sure to go get signed up for her contest. She's not only a great cook, but she's a great young lady, and just to have enjoyed seeing her grow up and see, it's exciting to see what her future holds. And she's going to stay cooking and probably one of the most talented young people I've met. And so, Pink Posse of Georgia, they are a breast cancer foundation.
Okay.
Awesome. That was Miss Karen,
Okay.
world
I
champion.
was gonna say
World champion Karen Wright's watching our podcast. We're watched by world champion. Not only do we have a world champion on our podcast, but we are watched by world champions all over. And so, yeah, we are cooking ribs over there. I'm glad there's 2 wings. It's originally a wing contest. This wing contest here in DeSoto County, it's a Wheels and Wings. They do a car show. They do a wing contest with People's Choice, and they're doing a traditional wing and a unique wing and a People's Choice wing, and so it'll be a fun time. Usually a lot of families out there, and it's over there at Olive Branch Park, and so it's a fun time. It ought to be a beautiful day, postcard day in my town of Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Cordon bleu.
Like Mark said, we don't have a whole lot of time to Memphis in May. We'll be busy with that, ancillaries and all that kind of good stuff, and got a SCA steak comp there in at Memphis in May for the first time. I'll be competing under the Sweet Swine of Mine tent, and we'll be cooking some SCA steak at the World Championships at Memphis in May.
We got our notification today. They just verified all the categories that we're in.
Yep.
So they got us down for vinegar, tomato, mustard sauce, poultry, beef, exotic, seafood, wings. I gotta look on there. I don't remember seeing wings on there, but we are signed up for wings.
Yeah. You
And-
better. You're a world champion in wings.
Yep. 4 years in a row, perfect score.
Yeah, 4 years in a row.
What kind of wing?
G-Man wings.
Them G-Man wings. Was it the first year that my Nakia burnt my face? That was the first year y'all won.
Was that the first year we won? That was a perfect score, but we didn't get first.
That's right. You got a perfect score, but you got like second or third.
Yeah.
That's right.
The first time we won first was the year after.
Yeah. That's right. So don't get around the kid when he's cooking wings.
Stuff
He
goes
likes
to flying.
he likes to throw them in grease.
Yeah, wings are on there.
Yeah.
Had to make sure.
Had to make sure.
So then, just in case you were wondering, they didn't announce it at the Cooks meeting, but I do have it from the vice president today that they are implementing the hog patrol. He did come back and say it is a go.
Explain to the crowd what that means.
That means if you cook a whole hog and when it comes time to turn it in, you're going to have a representative there to watch you pull said meat from that whole unparted hog and put it into a box. And so nothing can be done to dampen the character, the integrity of that deal. They're going to make sure that the shoulder, ham, and loin are intact, and only that goes in the box.
Plus it's safe.
Hmm?
They call it pig patrol at the Jack.
Yeah, they call it pig patrol, and essentially it's just integrity of the whole hog, because when you cook a whole hog, it's not easy to get the shoulder, ham, and loin perfect all at the same time. It's a lot of tricks and tips and techniques to do it, and those that can't do it cheat. They cook extra loins and pork butts and stuff like that in order to win, and somebody got caught and nothing was done about it, and now something's being done about it.
And that's nothing compared to what I saw at Houston Livestock Rodeo my first time going this year. They tag the meat when they do the meat inspection, right? They tag the meat. They put a metal tag through the meat.
Like what goes in a shipping container so you can tell if it's been tampered with.
That's right. So they tag that meat, and when they turn that in, when you take that meat off the grill, there's somebody watching the whole time. Make sure that tag meat comes off that grill. You cut it, and it gets put in the box.
Not only that, they come over with a sheet and they go 764329.
It's got to match up the numbers.
They match the numbers up, and then you can
And
clip
then
it.
you got to sign. You got to sign the clipboard saying the meat matches the tag, and everything G-Haws together. If it don't, you're DQ.
It's fair for everybody.
And
It's
if that-
fair for everybody.
And you only cook 2 briskets, 2 slabs of ribs, and 2 chickens.
That's it. No waste. That's it. And they tag everything you cook. And they turn in and they watch you
And it's simple.
and they walk with you with your box to the turn-in tent. They have enough volunteers to do all that.
They'll tell you what time they're going to be there. They're going to be there. And then you've got about 15 minutes to build your box. And then when you're done, you close the box. They put tape around it.
Like a
Painter's
dash,
tape.
a DoorDash, order.
And then she walks with you or he walks with you to the turn-in. And at that point, it doesn't matter. If your rep walks with you and you show up at the turn-in with your rep in your box, they're going to judge it, regardless of what time it is at that point. So turn-in times are just real rough.
But their contest has integrity.
Right.
And you know that is ran right. The judging is correct. The judging is on time. And
Fair and equitable.
there's 500. That's the largest cook-off one of the largest world championships
It's one of the biggest
in
ones.
the country.
Is
I
it
think-
bigger than San Antonio?
Bigger than San Antonio. I think San Antonio's getting close.
San
The
Antonio.
only one bigger is a roll.
But
And at one point, the roll had 702 teams. One year when we were there, when it was in the bottoms.
and this year they'll have Parkas at the Royal.
Who?
Parkas.
Parkas?
Yeah. You'll have your snowsuit on.
Beaver pelts and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's
Coonskin
middle of
hats.
November.
They moved it back to the second week of November in Kansas City What do you think's gonna happen?
It's gonna be cold. We're gonna be in Texas living the good life
Yeah.
in San Antonio.
Are you aren't going to the one?
We're going to the Texas Live Fire meetup in lieu of the Royal since they decided to
Al Fragones.
back it up. We had already committed to the Live Fire meetup when they announced the date. So
Yeah, and then they said it was the same day.
Guy from Argentina. Alfredo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Al Fragone.
I've watched him. He's good.
He's-
Yep.
He's interesting to
Don't
watch.
you have your rib cooked in November? It's on the calendar.
yeah, it's not on the calendar, but we did last year.
It is on the calendar.
Like-
It is on the calendar.
Really?
Yes,
For when?
November 15th.
Oh well, then that ain't gonna necessarily work, is it?
It's on there.
Oh.
Seen it.
Well, we'll have to fix that.
She
We'll have to
watches
look.
like a hawk.
We'll have to fix that.
You can fix it. We got time.
Yeah.
She just probably just saved the date that we did last year.
Yeah, I thought the meetup was on the 8th and the
Someone
9th.
going down here.
It's not.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll figure that. We'll get that figured out. Let's see.
Yeah, it's on there.
What else we got? Rib cook-off.
Oh, the Royals on the 8th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Yeah,
So it's the same week.
Yep.
So
I done took the Royal off the calendar.
we're good. I knew that's when the Royal was. So if the meetup was the same week.
Yep.
Okay. I think we're good.
El Salvador barbecue experience the next weekend.
Hey, tell us about your trip to Guatemala.
Yeah.
Tell us. I forgot that we hadn't been back since then.
Yeah, so the first day we were there, we did a cooking class with the folks at SMP, Sociedad Mexicano Parrilleros, Mexican Grilling Society.
What he said.
And we had that there at the grill store downtown, middle of Guatemala City. They had 30, I think roughly 30 individuals there, and they had tables of 5 set up, 6 tables of 5, and each table of 5 had 2 grills. And then Alejandro Gutierrez from SMP, he was kind of officiating. He was set up like this, and he would show the crowd how to cook something. So he would tell them all about the ribeye and how it's supposed to be cooked, make a salsa for it, grill some tortillas, and he would grill it, show them how it's supposed to look. And then they would all go do it. And then they all kind of went and tasted each other's food. And they had a few different things to cook on, and they could make their own salsa and grill their own steak. And they had a bar off to the side, so they had lots of drinks and refreshments. And and then they finished that. Then they went to a pork chop, tomahawk pork chop. And they finished that, and they did picanhas. And they finished that, and they did, I think they did poached pears and wine, and served it with a wine reduction and whipped cream and ice cream. Really good. So that was a cool experience to, get to help those guys with that class. And then the next day we went off to prepare for the Asado Fest, which is the grilling festival there in Guatemala City at the zoo, which was kind of cool because the zoo is right next to the airport.
Yeah.
And all them jets, when they take off, you can just about reach out and touch them.
Whoa.
It's loud, and they coming in right there, just like right there. So it was all day jets in and out, but we prepared and cooked. I don't know how many thousands of pounds of meat between tri-tip and picanha, ribeye, pork chops, and panela cheese, and shrimp, and lamb.
Did you say
and
you cooked 200 pounds of cheese?
200 pounds of panela grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just lay this cheese on the grill and it browns up on both sides. And,
kind of sinks in between the grooves,
oh, I can't get down
and
with
kind
that.
of makes it looks like a brick.
I can get down with that.
And man, they take that off and then chop up meat, and then slice that, take that cheese and push it across that meat and hit it with salsa. And man, folks are just tearing it up.
Yeah.
And they were taking down different sets of meats. They were live fire cooking tri-tip, picanha, plate ribs. We cooked 6 whole pigs, 100-pounders.
Wow.
We did discado, which is kind of Mexican jambalaya without the rice.
Mm-hmm.
We did all kinds of steaks and everything but cabrito, pretty much. Lamb and big old prawns like that, big old scallops. Lots of cool food. And then they had this really cool, entertainment called One Man Band.
Yeah.
that, like, I'm telling you, search them on YouTube. One Man Band Guatemala. Those people are amazing. They can cover anything. They covered, we did Alanis Morissette and a Sweet Child of Mine right behind it. Yeah, I'm talking about, dude was good. So they had, I don't know, they probably had 3,000 people in there.
Wow.
That thing at the zoo. And it had lots of vendors sampling different types of liquors and whiskeys and different types of food, VIP tents, It was a really cool experience. And then we, after that, we wound up going fishing. The next day, we went offshore fishing, caught sailfish. And then the day after that, we went up the mountain to the volcano. And on the way up, got to cook pizza on a lava oven on the lava flow from 2021. So in 21, they had this huge eruption, this huge lava flow come down the mountain. And we rode horseback up there and cooked pizza in this little oven made out of lava. And
That's pretty slick.
it's pretty slick in the clouds,
Yeah.
up in the clouds.
Yeah.
And then if you've been watching YouTube and get our notifications, you see the Holy Week processions in Antigua all through that week and last week. It was really cool. We showed a little video of the Holy Week procession.
Joe Wilson says, Mark lives a boring life. No doubt. Yeah. William Mann says, hello, skinny boys. I wouldn't say skinny was the word. I would just say lighter.
Thinner.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I posted on Facebook about a week ago that I will probably never be skinny, but lighter, yes. Skinny, no.
And feel better.
Feeling better.
Feel better, yes. Much better. So, yeah, Mark lives a terrible, boring life.
So it was exciting. So we got invites to go cook in Bogota, Colombia, and El Salvador at live fire cook-offs. So we're going to go some other cool places.
I better get my passport, huh?
There's lots of good places to fish. Lots of good places to fish over them places, too.
Yeah. So, yeah.
G-Man doesn't want to go to Bogota.
Yeah, we going.
Yeah. The first time he saw G-Man after you got back, he was like, hey, we're going to Bogota. He was like, I'm going.
We going.
Yeah. Are you on some kind of no-fly list, though?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet. We'll see when you get to the TSA, right? I don't know yet.
Have y'all mentioned something about Dakota? Oh,
Yeah.
We talked about North Dakota.
My mom says I'll never be skinny. I got big bones. So that's right.
Okay.
I got some big meat wrapped around them big bones, too. So
Takes big bones, carry big meat.
that's right. Everyone, please pray for Pam's sister. This is Bill Mann as she's battling pancreatic cancer. So we'll do.
Yikes.
We'll put Miss Pam's sister on our prayer list. I put it on my prayer list at home too. Let me write that down right now. Hey, as we're talking about this, when you tell somebody you're going to pray for them, be intentional about it. Write a note right then. A lot of people put up prayers,
It
like
don't take
little
10 seconds
prayer.
to do it.
Yeah, you can pray for them right then.
I was gonna say, I do it
You
right
can
then,
pray
so
for
I
them
don't-
right then,
so I don't-
or
Yeah.
write it down. And if you have a prayer group or you have a Bible study, and prayer is a big part of your life, which it needs to be,
At that point, if I'm looking at Facebook enough to see that,
yeah.
I'll do it right then.
Right then.
Because I got the time if I'm seeing that.
Pam, man, sister. But let me tell you my quick spiel about prayer. Jesus, in his years of life and his ministry in the Bible, he made prayer a big deal. He prayed a lot. Went to the Father in prayer. He made it a big part of his life. And he was God and is God and always will be God. So he had a pretty much direct connection with God, but yet Jesus found it just as important to be in prayer with the Father, right? So if it was that important to Jesus and he was God and is God, how much more important should it be in our lives? Do we do it, half the time of our life, but the Bible says we should be in constant prayer and in a state of mind of prayer. And so that's just my spiel on prayer. I heard somebody say that, and so that just kind of stuck with me. Her name is Jeanette. So if you want to pray, I like to know people's names that we're praying for. And so I say that out loud. I know the Lord knows her needs, but the Lord also likes to hear it. And so he likes to, hear it out loud from you. Anybody out there that says, hey, I got an unspoken prayer, when you get home, you say that unspoken prayer out loud. When you get that special time between you and God, you say that out loud because God wants to hear from you. God wants to hear your heart. God wants to hear you vocally. So that's just my spiel. We got to preaching at minute 36. We're doing good.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely pray. Stop and pray for somebody. Don't be afraid to stop. Ego and pride gets in the way if you don't stop and pray for somebody right then and there. So,
communication is the key to closeness.
that's right.
And when you're communicating with someone, you are letting them know how you feel
That's right.
in anything. But now the Lord wants part of that.
That's right. That's like if we went home and didn't talk to our spouse at all, like we didn't talk to our husband or our wife. If we didn't do that at all, then how would we have shown them that we care about them? So if you really care about God the way you do and the way you say you do, then you need to talk to him.
Yep.
Because it's not only important that he knows you, but you need to know him too.
Keep that communication line open.
That's right. That's right. Don't let it be a busy signal on your prayer line. All right.
And not just praying for others. When you do pray, he guides you.
Yeah, that's right.
And you may not even know it, but it's happening.
That's right. That's right. We are in Holy Week this week, and it's kind of what I've been putting out on Facebook, a little thing. So, like, just to remember, today was the Lord's Supper, and that happened on Thursday of Holy Week, and it was his last night on earth, Jesus' last night on earth, and we think about that. Jesus knew it all. He knew that Judas was going to betray him. He knew that Simon was going to deny him, and they all ate. I don't remember him kicking anybody out. Judas ate too, and he washed their feet, and he kissed them and greeted them, and so forgiveness is a lot. He knew all that. He was a lot better than I. I mean, I could never be that perfect to let somebody eat and treat somebody the way he treated them, knowing that he was fixing to be betrayed, And so that's a big story of reflection. This whole week is just a reflection on what Jesus not only did for us, but what Jesus continues to do for us. And it just made us a way to live eternity with them, with God, and with Jesus. So, man, that's
And all
pretty
that,
cool to me.
and all that requires faith.
Yeah, that's right.
All this stuff requires faith. And what is faith? It's just a genuine, it's a belief of something more. It's a genuine belief of something more, but then that faith comes from evidence.
Yeah.
And it comes from evidence of someone that actually lived and actually died and actually came back to life. And there's more evidence to prove that Jesus lived on the earth than most people realize. There's a lot of evidence. And one of the things we say was you need evidence to convict for conviction, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're convicting somebody of wrongdoing or whether to convict somebody to do better, there's evidence that's needed. And is there enough evidence to convict us of being a Christian?
That's right.
If it came down to it, is there enough evidence against you where somebody looks at you and says that guy's a Christian? And there had to be evidence for people to have faith, for all those things to be written in the book. So it's a lot of faith in believing all that, but there's evidence that causes people to believe.
And a lot of, you don't have to understand. You don't have to understand it. It's not like me and Mark are Bible, scholars or anything like that. You're not.
Far from it.
You're not going to understand it. But the way I said it this morning on my Bible study, I said, I always like to know where I'm going, no matter what. I have never been to Fargo, North Dakota. I've already looked at it on a map. I like maps. I like to look at maps. I like to know where I'm going, right? I went to New York, was only going to be in New York for 2 days. I studied the subway system for a month because when I get somewhere, I like to know where I'm going and I like to know my surroundings. And so as far as I know, reading this Bible deal, there's only one way to get to heaven, and that's Jesus. And I want to get to know that road. He's the only road. And I want to get to know that road. And I want to be as close to that road as I possibly can be. And so I like knowing where I'm going, and I like knowing how I'm going to get there.
And see, I'm kind of polar opposite.
Yeah, he don't.
I got my salvation kind of like Siri right here on the map.
Yeah.
It's going to take me where I need to go.
Yeah.
I've got it. Now I'm going to pray about it, and I'm going to try to.
But I like what I meant is
I know what you meant.
I like learning about Jesus, and I like learning the reason why
But I know what you meant. But I'm just the opposite when I'm going somewhere.
Oh, you don't care?
I don't care.
No.
I don't care.
Hey, Mark, when we got to pack, we got to be at the airport. We're gonna get a ride Monday. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Who's taking us to the airport? I mean, we're gonna leave a truck there all week. I mean, we got to leave there Friday in the middle of the day. I mean, what's going to happen? I'm writing stuff down.
We went to Guatemala. And it's like, hey, where's the Airbnb? He said, just 5 minutes away. Oh, sweet. Send me the address.
He didn't know.
I know where it was. No big deal. It's right there. It's only 5 minutes away. I can find it.
My deal is like we're staying in a Verbo in North Dakota. I almost asked John the other day, hey, what's the address of that thing? I'm gonna look and see where I'm at. When
I land, I'd go, hey man, what's the address?
Where are we staying? He don't care. Look. But
things always seem to have a way of working themselves out.
I know. I don't worry myself with it. It's not like I worry about it. It's just the fact of I like to know where I'm going.
You're more prepared than I.
Well, that's why you have me around.
And if I'm going somewhere, I start a couple weeks out watching the weather.
Yep. Me too.
Oh, I look at the weather because we need to know how to pack.
Oh yeah, I want to know if I'm gonna pack shorts or long breeches or a hoodie or
And I think it's going to be long breeches and hoodies up there.
that. I do prepare.
It'll be in the 60s.
Huh?
It'll be in the 60s.
Yeah, the high.
Right, the high.
In the low 60s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Actually liking that during the day.
yeah, I will like that a whole lot.
That's fat boy weather.
It is fat boy weather, or
High
you know.
high to mid 30s at night.
Yes.
So we'll have a good time.
But
yes,
windy.
you know how I am. Blazing Star Barbecue. Mike Starr is watching the podcast.
How you doing,
tonight.
Mike?
If you don't know Mike Starr, go out and follow him on all the social medias. He is a awesome guy, a veteran, has great rubs, has great sauces. He's in our Old World spice line, and
it's kind of the drum major of the Live Fire meetup.
he is. He's kind of heading that thing up with Al Fergoni. So he holds the drum major. Is that what that did?
Baton or
I was not in a band, so
Oh,
is that what that was?
I don't know.
Wasn't you a drummer or
It's a
something?
baton.
Were you a drummer?
No, I played saxophone.
You played saxophone.
I played drums too, but saxophone in the band.
This man is talented. We just don't know all the talents this man has. He's,
Marching band's fun.
yeah.
A lot of fun.
If I brought a saxophone in here right now, could Mark Lambert play the saxophone?
I could play a song.
You can play a song.
Now it ain't gonna sound like it used to.
It ain't gonna sound like you ain't got the lungs, do you?
Well,
that you used to?
if you lose the aperture, if you will, this builds up over time. You build up, this muscle builds up, and that's got to be. This is your control of your sound, your tone.
Yeah.
They
Just
call
like-
that putting your spin on.
If you play the trumpet, it's
My wife played the trumpet in high school.
if
so
you don't know
I
how to
it.
play a trumpet, it's vibrating your lips through a little bitty mouthpiece, you know.
Yeah.
And but a saxophone's got a reed and sits on your lip, and you got to curl it, and that's what produces the tone. And until this builds up, your tone's not right.
Yeah.
So you lose that.
So what about drums? Or if I brought a set of drums down here, could you
Yeah, play something.
tick around on them a
Again,
little bit?
no, it won't sound, you don't have the muscle memory, so it won't sound like it used to. Muscle memory.
Same thing, right?
You lose your muscle memory. It's like playing golf. If you just play a lot of golf and you lay off for 10 years, 12 years, 15 years,
Yeah.
guess what? You're going to slice it and shank it into the bushes.
Or for some of us, you're going to be just as bad as you were 10 years ago when you
Exactly. Or you might hit 5 or 6 good shots and then go to sleep.
Man, that tuning fork goes off and then it's over with.
They used to, and I fell off on the golf for a while. I could go and play 9 holes, and somebody looked at me and go, "Man, you sandbagging? I thought you said you didn't play golf no more." I said, "I don't. We
Yeah.
hadn't made the back 9 yet.
Yeah.
Just wait."
I ain't got into that beer bag enough. That was always my deal. When I played golf, when I played golf before, it was because I was drinking beer.
Well, fatigue sets in on your muscles if you haven't been playing.
Yeah.
And man, you start spraying.
Oh yeah. What size reed on the sax? Bobby
on the
Stewart says.
Can't even remember that anymore. Been so many years. Well, I played all of them though. Well, I played the tenor, baritone, and alto.
Oh really?
But as far as the stiffness of the reed, I cannot remember.
God, they throwing out musical terms here. We went from food science to musical terms. I'm lost as we can be. Martinez and Mark need a band. Joe Wilson said. What would you call yourselves? The humble ones?
Martinez?
Yeah.
He ain't allowed that band.
We joke about Joe Martinez being the humble, the most humblest guy. He said he was the most humblest guy he knew.
Yeah. He's one of the funniest guys.
Yeah, he is. He is funny. He is one of the funniest guys.
You know what Mark's dad told him when he was young and just going into junior high, and he was going to play in the band. He was talking about it, and his dad looked at him. He said, "Son, you play in the band. Don't you play football?" Because his dad played football and he got all messed up, got hurt. And he said, when you play in the band, you get to sit with the girls. You get to ride the bus with the girls. You don't have to worry about getting hurt. All you got to do is get out there and march up and down that field a few times, and that's it.
And with the girls that had some sense too, not the idiots.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's what he did. He followed his dad.
He went the smart route on that
I
deal.
wish I'd have heard that before.
Yeah, knees,
Crippling injuries.
knees, and my finger goes that way, and all that kind of good stuff. So
I just didn't have the meathead in me. I couldn't turn the switch and get mean on the field. I couldn't flip that switch.
yeah. Not all of us wanted to be. I mean, like, I wanted to have some more size to me. But I was slow. But I enjoyed it. But I was slow. I was terrible. So but I enjoyed being on the team. I enjoyed playing. I played football and baseball, and I enjoyed it. But I was not. The want to was there, but the ability was not. So we had a good time. Let's see. What? Oh, Mike says excited to hang out with y'all next week in Fargo.
That's right. We forgot Mike Starr. Man, we get to hang out with Mike Starr a lot this year.
Yeah, Mike Starr. We've been hanging out with Mike Starr. Luckily enough, we've been hanging out with
New
him
Orleans
a good bit.
twice.
New Orleans,
San
San Antonio. I mean, it's been we've been on the same tour as Mike Starr, and we'll see him, Fergie. I mean, all the Woodcocks will be out there, and then the Rec Tech boys will be out there. There'll be I can't remember everybody on the list.
The Blues Hog boys will be there.
Blues Hog boys will be there. It'll be a lot of people out there. A lot of changes happening around here. around the area around here. Do you want to talk on that a little bit, maybe?
Just a bunch of raw dirt up there. No more trees on the hill, right?
Yeah, knocked all of them trees down.
So if you wonder if you got weenies to roast next week, probably on Monday,
You better get a long
you
pole.
need about a 150-foot stick if you want to roast a weenie. Otherwise, you're gonna burn your face off.
I hate we're not going to be here to see it.
I know. We're gonna have to get some footage.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
We need.
They're gonna set the brush pile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Man,
but it'll be Monday.
Probably. Yeah, after the rain. There's supposed to be some rain on Sunday.
yeah,
So
something.
Winston, he needs to film it.
Yeah, we'll get Weston to film it and live it
yeah.
for sure. Because there's one brush pile over there that's about 30 foot tall.
What trees are left over there? There'll be flames over the top of them.
Yeah.
So,
So they're going to be burning all the trees they knocked down, and get all that done. Then they're going to be spreading dirt out and evening dirt out over there.
They've done a lot since Saturday. A lot.
Oh, it's yeah.
oh, it looks
A lot.
completely
When I-
different
When
than
I pulled in,
Saturday.
I was like, whoa.
There are no more standing trees 400 foot from here. So
Alan Smith says weenie roast trot line. I don't know what that
I think it- yeah.
What did that
Yeah,
do to
stainless
deer
steel
and
line,
stuff?
run across,
Yeah.
put everything on a,
Yeah.
So
Put it on the
anyway,
pulley.
they're burning everything, and then they're going to start knocking trees down on the other side over there and get all that knocked down, and then, huh?
What's that gonna do to your deer?
Oh, it'll just push them a little further back.
Oh,
take
Yeah.
a longer shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a longer shot.
So
No big deal. So it's we're going to start. There's plans for Boar's Not Out World headquarters and a new Sweet Swing of Mine meetup location, event center for all things barbecue. Not just a place to buy your grills, but a place to learn and share and cook and entertain.
So it's going to be a place to rent out for family reunions. It's going to be for class reunions, whatever, but also weddings. We're going to have classes out there.
Primarily going to be
A
barbecue
lot of
centric.
learning opportunities. We're going to have people in from all over the country, maybe some in the other
Oh,
world.
there'll be the Mexicans come in, and all folks that we know from all over the world will come in and teach their style of barbecue.
Yeah, we'll bring in Mike Starr. He said, heck yeah, I
And
can't
Al
wait to
Fragoni.
go down and check it out. So we'll bring in Mike Starr and Al Fragoni. They'll be,
Projection on when all this is gonna be done.
Hopefully we'll have the building done within a year.
Oh, good.
That's our plan.
Not bad.
Within a year to have at least the building up.
Yeah, oh, that'd be good.
so I posted the other day and I didn't want to say exactly what was happening. But we're really excited. Anybody around here should be. We'll have a better venue for cooking contests. This will be a
Classes.
barbecue destination, and for classes, for meetups, anything, we will have it here.
You're still gonna have this building too, though, right?
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
right. That's right.
Yep. This is just going to be focused on sales, distribution, and even heck, the test kitchen going to migrate up there.
So old school with organizational library.
Migrate up there.
So
So all of this open area will be utilized more for storage and warehousing and racks and things like that.
but think about this. This test kitchen, the studio, so to speak, was thrown in a warehouse situation. Now we get to
Design your
design
own.
and do exactly what we want to do out there, and then Boys Night Out building will also have a studio in it, and we'll be doing some kind of outdoor kitchen area too, and so
Yeah, there'll be a commercial kitchen, but also every type of cooking device that you have ever heard about. We're going to have it out there to play with.
yeah.
So that everybody has what they want. And so we can teach about the different types of fire and the different types of cookers, different types of wood and smoke and grills and grilling and meat, all those things. So we hope to have classes ranging from grilling to barbecue to meat, salsa.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot of learning and education and heritage.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, when we went to Louisiana and went to the boucherie. We saw this in Louisiana. And Louisiana has a very rich heritage of their food and how they cook and their traditions, and it was kind of opened our eyes a little bit during the boucherie, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
And on our way back home from that, we just started conversating and like what we would like to see. And we would like to see a outdoor barbecue cooking heritage society. I mean, it's a center. And so when we can educate, we can, pass this on to a younger generation. And, hopefully that these traditions that we do don't have to stop. And that's what they try to keep going on down there with the boucherie and the old ways of doing things. I mean, they still make their own soap on that plant, at that estate. And so
Their own syrup and their own whiskey. And
syrup and whiskey and everything. So
grow their rabbits and their chickens and their eggs.
yes. And so herb gardens, we're going to have, that kind of thing. We're going to be living off what we like to live off as much as we possibly can. So very excited about all that. And salsa dancing. Yeah, I think, Alan, we will have salsa dancing.
Alan will be leading the robot dancing class.
Alan will be leading the robot dancing class. There'll be classes every Tuesday because he leaves Taco Tuesday and just comes right here and teaches his class at 8:00. So we'll be good to go.
Oh, that's using that term loosely.
Yeah. Professor Alan Smith on the robot dancing class. Dude, it is we're an hour in already. I mean, time flies, brother.
Where are the popsicles at?
Well, we can't have those still. Even though we're eating sugar-free popsicles, it's still not okay for us right now. So
What was you came up with something the other day with the nachos or what was it?
Hey, how about
Pork rinds.
Pork rinds and prayer?
No. How about pickles? How about pickles and prayers?
Yeah, pickles. I'm always with pickles.
I mean, well, maybe we can get a Mount Olive sponsor on that deal.
We need, yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah.
But I think we're like low on pickles even.
Are we? Hey, if my buddy Nathan Cornish is watching, hey, we need that Mount. They are sending us some pickles. We got some Simplies in there.
Well, we did. Yeah, simply.
We ate them. We ate them for lunch today.
Yeah, we got simply. But we ain't got no showing up pickle you can hold on.
We ain't got no pickle spears. No. But I mean,
Well, you could always take your
hand me a chip. I'm fine with it.
Get your ham and roll it.
Oh yeah. Hey, Mark, get some ham and roll it up in there.
Man, I am all fresh out of want to on that.
Oh really?
Full as a tick.
He's over there doctoring up some pickles, boy. If you've never, Mark Lambert saves more pickle juice than anybody I ever know.
Man,
Mark don't throw away anything.
Man,
Oh,
you ain't got to tell me, Mama.
He has got, well, he came by that naturally.
Yeah,
well, I mean, when I was growing up,
didn't have it to throw.
Turned leftovers into 4 different things.
Didn't have it to throw away, did you?
She always,
Oh, is this hot pickles? They were sweet.
no, I added a little bit of I put a little bit of Famous Dave's juice into the simply.
Oh, into the Mount Olives.
Just take the bite out of it.
Oh, okay. Well, you put the Mount Olives lid on the
Yeah, well, you know.
Famous Day.
you know.
Okay.
Ashley, if there's anybody out there that is raising a lot of cucumbers this year, we would be really interested in buying some cucumbers from someone, some gherkins,
Okay.
because Mark and I want to come up here and make a lot of dill pickles.
A lot of dill pickles.
Yes.
Okay.
Homemade.
Homemade dill
I
pickles. So
used all my dill pickles, and I don't have any more, so we are in for dill pickles.
all right. So anybody out there got some cucumbers they're gonna be raising and want to sell? Miss Bobby Lambert's in the business.
We're gonna We're gonna start politicking for that.
Okay. All right. Cool deal. So, hey,
Raise your pickle.
Raise Your Pickle. This is brought to you by Boars Night Out. They're buying pickles instead of popsicles. Let's see. Hey, where is it? Good gracious.
Who
Oh,
you
it's
after?
over here. I'm looking. Hold on. Hey, man. Y'all go out and get y'all some of this or just call us and we'll get you some. This Texas Tornado, man, this is some good stuff.
We have a mean burger with it.
We've been putting it on burgers. We put it on our chicken cordon bleu tonight. Y'all get you some. This is that Boars Night Out, Sweet Swine of Mine, Texas Tornado. It's good.
Mash up a double garlic butter and Texas beef.
Yeah, perfect combination. So,
Are
pickles
you?
and prayer. Hey, yeah, that's it.
There's two right there.
That's it right there. It's good on everything.
It is. All right.
All right. Let's go to it.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for all of our friends and family here today. Please watch over and care for them and lead and guide them and direct them in your service. Please open our eyes, our minds, and our ears to your will and guide us throughout each day. Please watch over and care for each one of these as they go home, and please help guide them in your service and your light every day, Lord. Please keep us looking to you during this Holy Week and Easter time, and please be with those prayers that only you can know what they need. All these things in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. Pickles and Prayers brought to you by Boars Night Out, and we thank them so much for their friendship, sponsorship of Old School with Mark and Ashley, and couldn't do it without them. So, hey, thank y'all for watching. God bless you. Enjoy the next
No show next week?
no show next week. We'll be in another zip code of some sort.
Get you a Compart ham for Easter.
Yeah, hey, they might can overnight that thing.
Oh, they can.
And it's well worth the money, I promise you. Go to Compart Farms.
CompartDuroc.com.
Oh, CompartDuroc.com.
Yeah, if you Google it, it'll come up.
Yeah, it'll come right up. It'll be the first one. Hey, y'all have a great weekend. Spend some time with your family. Praise God. Love God and love people, y'all. And, man,
Tell somebody about what happened on Easter.
that's right. Tell somebody that Jesus died for you. Not only did he die, he came back, and he will come back again. Thank y'all so much, and y'all have a blessed weekend.
Night night.